known unto you, and hearken to my words. For these are not drunken, as ye suppose, seeing it is but the third hour of the day.
They were speaking tongue, right? But means different languages though. So the people back then, they were, man, these guys are drunk though, man. And then Peter said, what are you talking about? Well, it's the third hour though. It's too early to be drinking though, you know? So that third hour goes to 9 in the morning though. 9 in the morning though. So that's why Peter, that's why Peter said that. Don't you know it's early though? Can you get 3 down?
For these are not drunken, as ye suppose, seeing it is but the third hour of the day.
Exactly, because, you know, if you think it's 3 in the afternoon, I used to pop beers at 3 in the afternoon. It was hot, like today. I used to start drinking at 3. I mean, 4 or 5. It's wrong. But when someone has opening up a beer at 9 in the morning, it's like, well,
That's the problem.
yeah, because this is weird too, because, you know, when I do my job, I merch beer, right? And I go in like at 7:30 in the morning. So anyways, I was merching beer. I was behind the, you know, because it's like, you know, the cave, right? Whatever. Freezers, I go in the back door and I stock in the back. And I know it's my woman's cousin though. His name is Robert, right? And I was like, what the hell? I'm like, why is he over here on this side? I'm over here merching beer though. What the hell? So anyways, he was with some other dude, you know, but I was messing with them. I was like, hey, that dude opened up the door. I was like, hey, tell Robert to stop drinking already. And that guy Robert started laughing though, and he left, right? So anyway, I looked at my watch, which is this one, right? And I was like, damn, it's already 9:30 in the morning. This guy's buying a pack of beer. So it's like, damn. Well, goes to show, man, you know. But that's the thing about it though. So he says too drunk. These people, you know, back then they were speaking languages, different languages though. They were not drunk off no wine or anything like that, man, you know. So
I just want to say this. My eyes open up like 5 minutes whenever the sun is the light shines through my dad's window right now. I'm chilling at my bed. So the light shines and I'm like, I get up.
yeah.
And then that's when my day starts. So we're coming up on 12 now.
Yeah, that's it. But you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, to the average person, they believe, I'll wake up at 9 in the morning. It's a new day. It's already been started. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Or 10 out, you know, wake up at 10 in the morning. Oh, it's a new day. Start the day, you know. But the day already started without you. What are you talking about?
So that's powerful to know. And remember that. You're not going to start work at 13 hours. Well, some people work that shift, but it's really the beginning of the day.
Yeah, because the first precept said morning, you know. So that's why I said, you know, remember that it said morning though, you know. So can you read
Matthew 20 and 5, or I think it's 20 and 4.
Yeah.
Matthew 20 and 4, and said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way.
And can you get Matthew 27, verse 45?
Matthew 20 and 5, again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise.
Yeah, so he went out, you know. It's about a 6 and 9 hour. So anyone that believes the 6 hours, 6 in the afternoon, or 9 as night though, that shit don't make no sense though, you know, because you gotta go back to the morning, you know. So there was 6, which can you get that piece of
Matthew 27, verses 45 and 46. Now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour. And about the 9th hour Yahushua cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, that is to say, my power, why hast thou forsaken me?
So instead of the 6 to 9 hour, it was dark, right? But if it's already 9 hour, I mean, if it's 9, it should have been dark by now. By that time, it's fucking. If it was 9 out, it should have been dark. So why is it darkness upon darkness?
So it said it's a big deal because it said, now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour.
Exactly, yeah. So why was the 6 hour, even at, 6, in the afternoon, other cases, that's already dark though. It starts getting dark at 5 in the afternoon though, you know? So why was it already dark? Like darkness came upon more darkness though? So that shit wouldn't make no sense though, you know? So the 6 hours talking about 12 in the afternoon. Because Yahushua died, let go at 3 after, 3 and after.
At the time, it was what? Eclipse?
Yeah, that's why they I forgot the guy, his name, though, they were trying to take him down because he sundown, you know? They were trying to take him down. So it goes to show, it's like, so how was it 9 at night, but there, I forgot his name though, but he was trying to take him down and put him in the limit, you know? So it was already dark night though, how is it that this man was trying to take him down off the tree? That don't make no sense though, you know? So you got, like I said, like brother said, the hours are really important. You had to know the hours though, you know?
That's why they can't tell when the Sabbath is. You know?
Yeah, that's why they're
Friday, they think it's Friday. Sometimes it could land on the Friday evening, but IUIC.
They drink that Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And they all wear the same shirt. We're not even wearing the same colors on our
Garment,
garment.
yeah. I seen a being said, church pastor saying this guy's in purple. I'm almost put my glasses.
Oh yeah, that's the thing now. These guys in IUIC are basically Christians. Like the modern ones.
Yeah.
They don't yell and
See how much, and it's like a church, Christian church, because there's so many of them and shit, you know? So many of them. I see them like walking in the streets like soldiers and shit, right? All of them deep though. But at the same time, it's like, do they even know like precepts? Do they even know, you know? You start thinking like, these are just a bunch of church followers though, like Christian churches, you know? So IUIC, just a church though, with Israelite mixture with you. That's all you guys are.
And if I can say this, on verse 46, even Yahushua was like, Father, you know, why are you forsaking me? So
Like,
some
why
tests
you
get
know?
hard, man. Some of those tests get hard. They get hard, man. It was the hardest for our Lord Yahushua because he had to give it up. He had to give up the spirit.
And he had all that, you know, like, still has that power, you know that. You know that.
That's eating.
Yeah, that's one thing right there, you know?
That's order.
What is the one thing he said that we can lead, you know? Fuck you guys. I think you brought it out last week, though.
Yeah, at least. Imagine if right now we do have the power and we were just calling people for anything. You cut me off. How dare you pull out a gun? Oh. And then you fucked everything up. You fucked up his plans. You know, you took it upon yourself.
That's what we gotta wait, man. That's what we gotta be patient with, you know? Right now it's not the time, though, to do that, though. But there'll be a time, though, you know? That's why we gotta wait, though, you know? And you're right.
Like today there was a guy making the pallets. He was red as heck, but his name was Sergio.
Oh shit. Yeah, too, there's a guy that works at the Deliverance too. And it's Christian though, but he looks like an Edomite. And I remember him, he said something, oh, there's a lot of pesos in this store right here. And then it turns out that I was like looking for his number on the phone, he got a work phone. And I told the dude, the driver, I was like, what's this guy's name? Christian. He's like, oh, you gotta look under Rodriguez. Rodriguez? His name's Christian Rodriguez? He's like, yeah, he looks white, huh?
Yeah, that's straight up.
Yeah, but I mean, he talks like one, he acts like one, he looks like one, but he's actually, you know, Issachar. Because his last name's Rodriguez, though, you know? So, I mean, I can see the little flavor he has being, you know, Israelite, though, even though he talks like a Edomite and looks like one, but you can tell, like, oh, this guy, good time working with him and shit. Yeah, but the first time I worked around him and shit, it was like, well, I thought he was like, you know what I mean, a white guy, but it turns out that then weeks later, found out that he was, you know what I mean, Jake, though. So it goes to show, though. Could have been like, man, fuck him, and all this other shit, though, put cursing on him, this and that, but at the same time, he was a Jake.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know?
I got this one for you. Matthew 27 and 51. And this is to prove that the promises that Yahushua makes and even threats we make under his name will come true. Matthew 27 and 51. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from top to bottom, and the earth did quake, and the rocks rent. Remember Yahushua told the Pharisees and whatever the other people? He was like, look, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, he was like, look, in 3 days, I'm going to destroy this temple, but I'm going to bring it back up in the third day.
That went over their heads.
And then they actually seen a temple get destroyed. Big crack, a big old giant crack.
That's when they wanted to believe like, oh, you know, like
People need signs. People need signs. Like if you go to the doctor and you say, I think I have stomach cancer, shit down my leg. They'll be like, well, you let me determine that with a bunch of tests and by the time you get this out, you'll be dead. That's what happened to the brother I know. You know, I told him to check it. Fucking big smooth and help you out. But you gotta believe. He said, no, I know it's facts. But he didn't know that I was his Lord at that time.
he was speaking through you.
He was speaking to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, man. Once he said that, I knew that. Because chemotherapy is one of the things.
It's like when they sprinkle that Roundup on the, but they still gross. Spraying chemicals.
But they use so much chemical that it harms you.
Yeah,
and
so
they're
much
trying
of
to
it
kill that fucking disease.
which ends up killing, you know.
And no disease can exist in your body if you drink your smoothie. You gotta have an alkaline body.
You have to, you know? You have to. What is it? You have a fucked up ass pineal gland. You read something, you can't understand it though because that complication is blocking you learning, you know?
That's like that kindergarten kid that can't stay inside the lines.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying real hard. He's trying hard, but he's calcified.
Or the ones that, what is it though, with they see the number backwards though? What's that?
Dyslexia.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. They think the number is backwards. They literally see it backwards though, and they write it different. You know what I mean? So that's all. Because those are all demons though, man. Those are all demons though. Because when I was younger too, you know, all this time, you know, I thought, you know, asthma, you know, but all this time, you know what it was? It was just allergies though. I had fucking allergies. Me thinking all these years that I thought I had asthma, the inhaler and shit taken. Still wouldn't work. I didn't understand it. I was actually talking to my woman about this yesterday. And then I started hitting with allergies though, with the ginger, with the honey though, drinking the teas though. I forgot what else it was too though. Started taking all these capsules. I don't really use my hitter like that. And all this time, it was fucking allergies though. It got so bad though that my throat would get dry, my nose would get dry. I couldn't even sleep at night. I didn't understand why, you know? But all this time, man, it was just allergies and shit. Me taking hits of the inhaler, trying to go to sleep, and it didn't work, you know? So I knew it was, you know, now I know it's allergies though. I don't even carry the inhaler like that no more like I used to though. But that's because I went to the herbs though, man. The honey's real good though. That should make, you know, with stomach pain, whatever, you know, like, cleanse your stomach too. The lungs though, the honey cleans your lungs though. Everything though, man.
You were traveling, you wouldn't even go anywhere without your inhaler.
Yeah.
Right? You'd be scared about leaving your inhaler here.
Yeah. Trying to play soccer and shit, like, fuck, man, I got my inhaler, I gotta go back home for get it, pick it up, you know? But all this time, it was, fuck, I'm talking about years though. I'm talking not just 3-4 years, I'm talking about years though. Many years and shit, you know? So, you gotta know what it is though. You know, try the herbs first though, man. Try them first though. Keep doing it though. Don't go too fucking down to Egypt though and believe what their shit is they're telling you and shit, you know? You know what these doctors told me though? Oh, get these capsules, take them and shit every day though. You think I want to take these capsules every day? Come on though, there could be a time where, you know, the store you get ransacked, there's gonna be no fucking pills in the stores or anything like that. So that's when people are gonna really start realizing, oh shit, man, I should look for herbs though. What's for herbs though? What can I do for this though? But your shit's so fucking capitalized, you can't even think straight. You know? So this will be the last verse.
Matthew 20 and 6. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, Why stand ye here all day idle?
Which means also to not active use though. You know? Not active use. So did it say the 11th hour?
That 11th hour.
Oh. I think it said the 11th hour, right? The 11th hour? Yeah. So that's 5 and a half. Yeah. Well, at the time we got here, you know, it was right now. So 12, or it's about to be the 12th. Yes, it's about to be the 12th hour.
See, we're all in one accord. We believe the same thing. That's what we should believe too.
be the last piece again, the book of John, St. John 11, chapter 11 and verse 9. And this is gonna kill. This verse is gonna kill the 24-hour believing there's 24 hours in a day. You know, this is gonna kill everything.
Chapter 11 and what?
Verse 9. Just that verse.
Yahushua answered, "Are there not 12 hours in a day? If any man walk in the day, he stumble not, because he seeth the light of this world."
But it was, even though it was he asked as a question, right? But he still said, "Isn't there 12 hours in a day?" He didn't say 24 hours. He said 12 hours. Isn't there 12 hours in a day? Yeah. See? So there's 12 hours in a day. He didn't say, "Isn't there 24 hours in a day?" He didn't say that though, no?
He said 12 hours for the day, 12 hours for the night.
And it fluctuates, okay? Sometimes in the summer the days last longer, because we're coming up on the 12th hour, but the sun's not going to go down until 14.
Yeah. Sometimes, one time I seen it like 15 hours, 9, and it was like, oh shit, it's already 9, but you can still see like little light, you know?
And that's why everybody's stressing out in the Bible. You know, you can't harvest in the Sabbath, because sometimes the Sabbath will come in like 10 hours.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah.
The days will be so short.
Yeah.
You got to start thinking like this.
Yeah.
You got to start anticipating the truth. I mean, it's working. And some dumb motherfucker's like, "Hey, this is the 7th hour." You plugging in at 7 a.m.? Yeah, 7th hour.
Yeah. Yeah, see?
Thinking they're smart.
Yeah, like they believe, oh, it's
Like the Lord just said.
Yep.
Yahushua answered, "Are there not 12 hours in a day?"
So that's killed everything though, man. That kills everything.
That's what Mike said.
So yeah, you know, you understand Yahushua died on 3 in the afternoon though, you know? He died at 3 in the afternoon. Not 9 at nighttime, you know? Because it wouldn't make sense, because I forgot the guy's name, that he's like, let's take them down before the sun sets, you know? But if it was 9 at night, the sun would have been on by now, or by that time it's like, you know? So it wouldn't make sense though. It's always good, all the hours of the day, you know? As long as I asked you about the dream that I had though, I was telling you, we were at your house, outside like in the yard, like you have a big yard, and it was us brothers though, you know, and it was actually more brothers, but there was an elder too, and he was there, you know, prophesying too, you know. I don't know what elder it was, but it was an elder just prophesying, and at the end, you know, we ended up sitting at this bench though, like the ones you see at the park and such, and we were just talking though, and the elder was telling us, what do you think about this brother? He had his phone out, what do you think about this brother? YouTube, you know, like channels and things like that. And you had your son was there, but not this one, your younger one. Kind of heavy, not heavy, but like kind of chubby.
He's not chubby anymore, but he's growing.
Okay, good. Well, it was one of the others, not this son.
Lighter skin one?
Well, he looked though, yeah, kind of like little curly hair.
Maybe that's the
Maybe
son.
that's the, yeah. But he was your son. You know, he was sitting on that same bench that we were at too, and he had a garment. You know, and we were right there. You know, next thing you know, I guess he called out some speaker like, saying, "Look at that guy, this fucking demons on him and shit." And that tweaker, he fucking ran, and he jumped over that fence though, like, oh shit, you know. But you were saying that this guy has demons on him, you know, spirits. So he came and he had like a big knife. So then he was like this. And I wasn't scared. I just stood my ground. I was like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? And he just stopped though. Like it's like I stopped the head going like this. And then next thing you know, he was in between my legs, and I was like, that motherfucker, like, you know, I just grabbed up by his pants though, and I threw him out. And I guess there's other brothers got there too. And they went to the side, and he got thrown out. I threw him out. And then next thing you know, he's like, the elder, like, what do you think about your son? Like, what do you think about him? I was like, he's yelling at me, I didn't get it. And he's like, all right. So he's put his arm around him and he walked away. And that's when I was like, oh man. But it was a spiritual thing though, you know? It was a spiritual thing, because even that too, I remember there was a guy too, I guess he was getting tormented too by demons, and I told him his name, you know, Yahweh, because I spelled it for me. And I spelled it for him though. And then I woke up, and 2 in the night, you know, I was like, it's fucking demons trying to fuck me. You know? I already fucking knew. So I went back to sleep like nothing, man. But I already knew. I told him, get the fuck away, you know? But I don't know if that was the same night though, but I mean, that dream I had, you know, it was like we were at your house and we were like in your yard, and it looked like where you live at, you know? It looked like that surroundings though, you know? Like it really did look like out where you live right, you know, right now. So I mean, I had to just say that though, you know. But
That's
yeah. So I just had to say though, my lesson though. But that's the end of my lesson though. That's like,
So with that, I want to talk about a movie I seen. It's Ghostbusters Part 2. Because last time I did a lesson on Ghostbusters Part 1, but I just seen Ghostbusters Part 2, and I'm going to try to connect it with the scriptures. Because the men of the Lord, we're like Ghostbusters, you know? Because there's a show, Ghost Hunters, and they got all these machines. Like, when they go search for ghosts, they got all these machines, you know, to try and pick up the spirits. So let's go to Revelation 11 and 1.
Revelation 11 and 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of Yahweh and the altar and them that worship therein.
Yeah, because it said there was given a reed, you know, like a rod, and that's called a measuring stick. And that measuring stick, we got one too, you know, because on Ghostbusters they had what's called a PKE meter, and a PKE meter is a psychokinetic. It means psychokinetic energy, because they had like a little device, little wand, and these like the ears came up, you know, and it like beeps, you know, and that's used to sense spirits. Yeah. So that's why I said they got all these devices to pick up spirits, but we don't need no devices, you know, because the Lord, He gave us the Holy Spirit, you know, and like it said right here,
And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of Yahweh and the altar and them that worship him therein.
So we got this measuring stick, we got this PKE meter, and we're using it, you know, we're using it to count the number of worshipers of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We're using it to sense the evil, you know.
And I don't want to interrupt your lesson, but it says a reed like unto a rod. Now a rod is a, you ever heard of plutonium? There's a rod of plutonium. But your pineal gland is made of copper and brass. Copper and
yeah, because you can get mercury inside there.
because it creates electricity. So it's copper and carbon. Yes, copper and carbon, and that makes electricity. So that's a rod, and that's really what tells you where spirits are at. Is your pineal gland.
That's how we use our minds, you know, our mind to measure, you know, because we're like, every person that comes up here, we try to measure them, you know. Are you following the law, statutes, and commandments? You know, if they're not following it, then our PKE meter is going to go off, you know. And we're going to sense a
because even, you know, back then, right, like you get the what they call the goosebumps, your hair stand up. So this is Job 4:15. Then a spirit passed before my face, the hair of my flesh stood up. Right? So when you feel, even like you don't even have to see it though, you just like know it's something's, you know, around you, you know? You don't even have to like see it literally though. Like I remember I get goosebumps too, like I'm not getting goosebumps walking through this fucking alley or like into a house or some shit, you know?
There's also something called APX, air pressure exchange. That's when something really bad comes in. Like here's a little. Pay attention to your body, because your body's an instrument. Revelation 11 and 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, And the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of Yahweh and the altar, and them that worship therein.
So the way we measure the temple of the Lord is we speak to as many Israelites as we can, you know, or try to wake up as many Israelites, come in contact with them, you know, and count the number of worshipers. Yeah. A lot of them have demons on them. You know, you can't see them, you know, but in the spirit, if we were in the spiritual world, which the spiritual world is here, but you can't see it, and they got demons controlling them.
It's like this brother showed me a video one time about a little demon working on your foot. Then you ice and everybody's walking around and they got little demons on top of their heads.
And it was the rock and rollers, right? They had like
Those are the worst ones because they actually worship the devil. Heavy metal. Satanic music.
They want to see, you know, they want to see something, you know?
They don't want to see your house shine.
So let's go to Mark 9 and 17.
It says 17. Mark 9:17. And the one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which hath a dumb spirit.
So right here, there was a kid, a little kid, and he had what's called a dumb spirit, but he had a demon on him, you know? Because if you're called dumb, that means he couldn't speak, you know?
It's talk or hear.
Yeah. Are you deaf or dumb? You know, or how do you say it?
And just because you have a demon doesn't mean you're not strong. Because we had demons on us. Each and every one of us had a demon on us. It takes the word to get that demon on you. And your faith as well.
Paul says if, you know, what you got back to the house, go back into the world, man, your house is get back to the demons over, you're going to go more fucking.
Next time they come back, they're going to bring seven.
Yeah.
So this kid, he was possessed by an evil spirit.
18. And wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him. He foamed and he gnashed with his teeth, and him away. He spake to the disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not.
So his disciples, they tried to cast this evil spirit out, but they couldn't cast it out. You know, the reason why is because they didn't have enough faith. You know, so they didn't have those Ghostbusters. They didn't have the right Ghostbuster machines to detect the evil spirits. You know, because back then, you know, Yahweh he was barely teaching them, you know, about how to pray, you know. Yeah. So
It was like the Exorcist. He was going gnashing his teeth, foam, and
yeah.
so I bet some just me speaking as a man, some of them were scared though, probably to see that.
I'd be scared too.
You know, they're scared, so that means that demon overtook their spirit, you know. So they were that demon spirit was perfect, you know, real strong.
That's the part about being a man of the Lord. You have to be scared in order to know what you're dealing with.
19. He answered him and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him into me.
See, so Yahweh
Said that.
he was like, why you gotta be faithless? You know?
He was talking shit.
He was getting frustrated, you know? Because
I haven't talked, like, you know what I mean? Come on now.
haven't I showed you?
Yeah.
You know, I'm the son of God right here, you know?
And he wasn't talking to him like these Christians, like, hey man, like, he was like telling them, like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like, I taught you, like,
Remember, he said, "Oh, faithless." So they're in the faith, but he's telling them you don't have faith.
yeah,
You know?
pretty much, yeah, telling them you don't got faith, you know, like telling them like a real man though, you know?
Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, like,
You ain't got no faith. I'm about to go on the cross for you.
Want to keep going?
20. They brought him into him, and when he saw him, straightway the spirit tear him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed and foaming.
So when Yahushua went up to that boy, that's when that demon, that spirit, it got more violent and more
Aggressive.
yeah, aggressive. Because it knew Yahushua.
So he knew he was dealing with. 21. And he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, of a child.
Ever since he was a little boy, this spirit been on him. Nobody's been able to take it off of him.
And you know what that reminds me, Slakia? Of these kids that have autism, like that third stage or fourth stage, they just fucking go crazy and they do shit, bite people. What's they called? They fucking give themselves what they call Indian burns and shit. They burn themselves. Autism though. But those are actual demons though that these kids have and shit. So that back then they probably would have clinically diagnosed them with autism.
Spectrum.
Yeah. Or some brain damage or mental some Esau was
He doesn't understand it. He'll make you believe that it's that shit.
22. And oftentimes they have casted him into the fire and to the waters to destroy him. If thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us.
This demon that was on this little kid, it tried to kill him. It was all the way to the point where he tried to kill him, but it didn't. So that's why he's asking Yahushua to have mercy on him.
Yeah. And it's lucky. It reminds me of that movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. When that priest went, they were in charge of the second murder of remember she died eventually, Emily Rose. So they took that priest to trial though. They said, well, you were doing this, you were doing that to her body, and then she died though. So they were gonna charge him though. But he was trying to back himself up, saying those were demons though that killed her. I was just trying to do my part though. You know what I'm saying?
And that was a big part of why Esau had to change so many laws, because before the law was based on the Bible. They would have to accept that as an explanation, but now they got to prosecute the Bible because they're devils.
And even they have a Bible in that same court that they're doing all this shit.
And being gay is a demon. Remember that. In the court of law, it was actually a demon. It would send you, it would probably kill you.
They even that's like they even said that was a clinical. It was yeah. They were called gay being a something wrong with you.
Clinical disorder.
Read 22 and 23 together. This shows how strong our faith has to be.
And oftentimes they have cast him into the fire and into waters to destroy him. If thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us. Yahushua said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believes.
So they were asking, help us. He was asking Yahushua to help us. And Yahushua basically told him, what do you mean? Like he's saying, help us if you can. And then Yahushua was saying, what do you mean if I can? Anything's possible if you believe.
Pretty much you gotta do your part.
Yeah.
You know?
So Yahushua was like, hell yeah, I could help you.
And that's what people don't understand. What do you mean? Like they'll take that as a form of doubt.
Yeah, exactly. No faith.
Jake always says that. We always say that. It's like, what do you mean? Who are you talking to? You know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like they'll say, can I send you to this job? And when you complete it, and I say, what the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah. That's exactly what he was saying. That's why he said, faithless. You just gotta believe that you can do it.
Yeah. You have to believe,
You gotta see yourself doing it.
You got
Brother
to
got the Hebrews 11 right earlier. And faith is something you can't see.
You know the darkness is there, but you can't actually see the darkness.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Mind if I ask? I'm just curious.
Oh, we're just preaching the Bible. The end times is coming, and the name is important. And then it's about it's not just about color of skin, but it's important that the Lord be known as a black man, because that's what he was. Revelation 1 and 14 that explains it. So we just preach that.
The fringes, they represent the commandments.
well, there's actually like 650 laws, but they all represent the commandments. The first law was the commandments. When we got out of Egypt. Yeah. And we also believe that we're Israelites and you could be an Israelite, you know. So that's why we're out here to preach, so we can sort of get people like you to, okay, maybe I am an Israelite. I should start changing my diet, changing the way I pray, changing the way I
Israelites are not wrong. We don't know who the Israelites are. Only by the Spirit.
I'm not may not be an Israelite.
Well, you would think so, but in 1917 there was a letter from some rich banker to some guys in Israel, some rich bankers in London, saying that we need to establish the state of Israel because we're claiming. But the Bible clearly states that the Lord was the God. Just like it says,
Like the Israelites, they got scattered around the whole world. So you don't have to be born in Israel to be an Israelite.
They don't
It goes
even-
by the blood.
They don't even call themselves Israelites. They call themselves like
that's accurate.
yeah, they call themselves Israelites.
So there's a difference between Israel and
Yeah, well, there are people in Lebanon and they're not the real people. That's why there's always conflict and wars. They're always shooting each other and trying to kill each other. Because,
Oh, that's what you're fighting about?
yeah, because they claim to be, but they're not. There's something called the 1948, I don't know what they call it, but that's when they started establishing the doctrine of since nobody else is claiming it, you know, we're going to claim it. So that's,
So what's you guys doing?
yeah, you're on YouTube. Well, he's got to get it. It's like, you know, if you play basketball, you're dedicated to that. So it's just like a way of
But
life.
you guys are committed to the law then.
So we're committed to belief and faith, but we can't keep the law because we're, you know, this is like a form of captivity. We have to go to work and we